let's get into it. We're going to see what your future self wants you to know. Let's see. Some of you might need a little bit of a pep talk, or you might need a little bit of a humbling. Let's see what your future self wants you to know. Friendly reminder, you can find anything I have to offer in that description. I have a Patreon. Also have a website where you can find everything I have to offer, SiriusTarotCo. Let me know if you guys would be interested in like a commentary channel where I just kind of run my mouth and we react to things behind the scenes. You can let me know though. What do we have? What new suitors? No, future self. You can have new suitors coming your way. These people could be really attracted to you. There could be things about them you don't see though. They could be hiding things. They could also have blockages. So just take what they say with a grain of salt. Go based off their actions, not what they're saying, is what I just heard. Okay, forgiveness will set you free. So your future self wants you to know that there could be some sense of forgiveness that's needing to take place. What do you need to forgive yourself for? So not only are you maybe needing to forgive someone else, but yourself. How can you show more compassion and acceptance towards those that you don't understand? Okay, so your future self wants you to know that there could be some sense of forgiveness that is needing to take place. Again, not only forgiveness for external people, but forgiveness for yourself. Maybe there's a version of you that's come out before that you don't like, but you're conditioned to have that part of you come out. Don't make excuses for yourself, but also forgive yourself. If you don't know better, you can't do better. And we only have the ability to change ourselves once we're out of that environment or once we see better. We are a product of our environment. We can't get mad at ourselves for that. Be humble. So they're wanting you to be humble. You know what I said at the beginning was, do you need a pep talk or do you need a humbling? They're saying you need a little bit of a humbling, okay? We're going to dig more into why you need to be humble. There could just be a little bit of like you taking your energy and yourself back and really finding enjoyment and happiness in the small things. You know, it isn't every day that we get up and we find happiness pouring our coffee into our coffee mug in the morning, but they're wanting you to do that. Yeah, again, go deeper. See, be humble, but go deeper. This has to do with leaving the past behind, wanting you to make time for self-love. What are you needing to be humbled in? Why are you needing to be humble? Where is it that you're needing to be humble? There's also some sense of emotions you're needing to go into deeper. These could come out around Scorpio season. This could be around either a Leo or something to do with the past and being able to leave it fully behind. I do want to acknowledge though that there is something here where the fairness, everything being made right, everything being made fair is you loving yourself, okay? They're wanting you to make time for self-love, but they're also wanting you to recognize that you making time for that, you making yourself a priority, you loving yourself the way that you feel you need, and maybe the way that you're wanting others to love you will be a huge blessing for you right now. There could be something going down externally to you. This could be, there could be some sort of influence involved or some sort of challenge. This is external to you though. I don't feel like you're necessarily involved, but this could be something that you used to be involved in. Something's definitely going down though, externally to you. These could be people that you're leaving behind. These people could try to walk towards you or to approach you again, but they're telling you that you took yourself out of that for a reason, so you need to remember why you took yourself out of that. What did I just say? Major change and transformation. Okay. What are you needing to be humbled about? Why are you needing to be humble? Two of Cups. Okay. So this has something to do with a soul bond, a connection, a deep love, and something being balanced and healed. Someone here could be in a self-imposed prison, really disappointed. So your future self could want you to know that there could be a balanced energy coming in around a dynamic, but you could still be in some sense of hurt and disappointment. And when we're in hurt and disappointment, it's really hard to heal something. You know, if we're still feeling hurt, if we're still feeling a certain type of way, if we still haven't worked through the emotions and what's taken place, there can still be resentment and hard emotions that we're carrying. So there could be a little bit of a humbling energy that needs to come out of you in the form or the fashion that you might not be seeing everything clearly. And where you think that you're in the right, or where you think, you know, you're being mature or grounded, you might not be seeing everything clearly. Now, I don't think you're trying to act out of character or anything crazy, but I do think that there is something here where sometimes you can't see everything. And sometimes we don't know that something is still painful or something still hurts until someone presses on it. Imagine a bruise underneath your skin. You know, sometimes the bruises don't hurt. They can look really bad, but after a few days, the pain just kind of subsides and it doesn't hurt as bad as it did. But if someone comes over and smacks that, it's gonna hurt. And that's kind of what I'm getting, is that right now there could be something that you have underneath the surface that kind of aches, but it don't ache enough to where it's like I have to acknowledge that. But in the same sense, you can be getting smacked on that bruise here coming soon. And then there's going to be a part of you that's going to have to be really humbled, because the feelings that you're feeling towards that might not be feelings that are appropriate. Those feelings could also be pushed by fear. So again, I think it's just remaining humble in how you're approaching something. You know, a lot of people get pissed when they're ignored or they're left on red, but I think there needs to be an acknowledgement sometimes that when someone leaves you on red or someone hasn't acknowledged you, it could be that they're either handling something or maybe they're trying to figure out what to say. Not everyone is built on a sense of like, I need to react, I need to react. It is okay to give yourself permission to say, I don't know what to say right now. I don't know how to act right now. I don't know how to react right now. So let me give myself a moment and see what I need to do. I am getting that. There could be a balanced energy coming in with someone that you classify as a deep connection. There's a love here you can't explain, but you do know that there's a love here. And you're needing to go deeper into why this is still hurting. And again, maybe even recognizing that there is some sense of forgiveness that needs to come out of you that hasn't been seen, been acknowledged, been brought forth, all of the above. And then it's going to help you leave the past behind. Because when we hold on to the past, when we hold on to those feelings, who does it hurt? Us. It hurts us. We can sit here all day and say that we don't like Sally. We can sit here all day and say that we don't like Jeremiah. But they don't care. They're not losing sleep at night because our feelings are hurt or because they pissed us off. So you forgiving is helping you. I just smelled the weirdest smell, and by the time I smelled it, it was gone. It kind of smelled like a barbecue, like somebody could be barbecuing, but like wood chips barbecuing, not charcoal barbecuing. It was a very distinct smell, and it's gone. So I'm throwing that out there. Okay. What else does your future self want you to know? Yeah, there will be something coming back abruptly where you're going to have to make a final decision on whether or not you're going to accept or allow something to come back in. Needing to have the strength and the courage to draw a line in the sand and say, hey, listen, I'm open to a new beginning, but here is how we're going to get there. It's like set a boundary, but have the strength and the courage to acknowledge what that boundary is. When you hold things back, when you don't speak your truth, the only person you're hurting is yourself. When we're people pleasing and we're wanting to make others happy, the only person we're hurting is ourselves. So you're needing to have the strength and the courage to acknowledge that something could be coming back. It could be something that you considered as a lesson, But you're also needing to listen to your intuition. Yeah, see, okay, so there's disagreement, there's petty arguments, conflict, gossip, jealousy, just beef, to be honest with you. And it could be making you feel really guarded. It could be making you feel like I have to keep things really close to my chest right now. That's what my intuition's telling me. So how are you supposed to handle this? So I want you to see that this come out sideways. They're telling you to put the effort and dedication where you think it is suited. Do you think that the effort and dedication is suited here? Because this coming out sideways, it's telling me no. And it even has you with the wall up. Not trusting. Yeah, there's some people, you're completing a cycle and somebody could be approaching you that you don't necessarily trust. And here's the thing, that could be another reason Be Humble's coming out, because it's like, just because you can rip someone's throat out doesn't mean you should. Just because you can tell someone, you know what, you're the crappiest person in the world, I can't stand you, doesn't mean that you should. How you handle circumstances is a reflection of you and not them. Someone could be approaching you for a second chance, wanting a new beginning, but you're needing to have the strength and the courage to determine what that new beginning looks like. It could be someone where you need to have a wall up because there's an energy here of, I can't trust you. I can't trust you. Confirmation. Sing it, girls. Tell them. Say hallelujah. And again, needing to recognize, hey girl, don't be fighting, don't be mean. Needing to recognize that you don't need to put the effort, the time, the dedication into something, that it could be time for you to leave it behind. And that is you harnessing that self-love. So your future self is saying, continue to be confident in what you're doing. I am guiding you and I am proud of you. Yes, there's balancing happening, but the balance that's really taking place is within you. It's no longer accepting what others tell you is the truth for you, but you determining what the truth is for you. I'm also seeing that so what they're showing me now is like doors to the dam, and they're like opening. And that's what I'm seeing is like, you know, maybe there's been so many blockages around you and now it feels like every door is opening up. Why? How? Because you're doing what you need to do. But just remember that there is a lot that you're leaving behind. And in this moment, in this time, they're inviting you to go deeper so you can set yourself free. Again, if there's a soulmate or someone that you have a deep love for, wanting to come in and heal something, I do see a lot of emotion coming out of you. Things are not what they seem. You are trapped by your illusion. What action can you take today to get you the freedom that you are seeking? Express yourself creatively. It's time for you to start something new. Some of you could be drawn to something, starting something new. If that's the case and you haven't, they're wanting you to ask yourself, why haven't you? Especially if you feel like it's something that could balance you and you would have a lot of love for or fun for. You know, if this is a hobby or something that you're good at and you've been thinking about starting it, why haven't you? What's holding you back? And go deeper when you think about that. There could be a lot in your past. You know, maybe it's limiting beliefs that people have always told you. There's a lot of things that have to do with your past that's affecting your right now. And you're needing to leave all of that behind. Okay, I'm getting really amped up. I'm starting to get hot. Give me a few more for what your future self wants you to know. Give me a few more for what your future self wants you to know. Yeah. 8 of Cups. See, that's what I'm saying. Everything that needs to be known is known. You're needing to let something go. You're needing to walk away. This could be around a collaboration. I'm telling you, feeling really close to the chest around an ending. So you could need to show forgiveness to something you ended, but just because you show forgiveness doesn't mean you need to let it back in, honey, okay? When someone hurts you, again, acknowledge that they're human and they're doing the best that they can, but that doesn't mean that you have to give them a seat at your table. So I'm seeing you forgiving someone or a group of people, but I'm seeing you still being really guarded when it comes to letting them back in. Because what needs to be known is known. When someone shows you who they are, guess what? You should believe them. When someone steals from you, guess what? You should acknowledge that that person is an opportunist, and that's what they're doing. They're taking an opportunity. And when you close the door, it's meant to be closed. And I do think that there could be something in here again where there will be forgiveness brought forth, and you need to be really humbled to the fact that there is a dynamic here that you can't explain and you can't ignore. But just because you love someone and you care for someone and you wish them the best doesn't mean that they have to eat at your table. I don't want you to starve, but I don't want you to eat with me. And you need to be able to allow yourself to let something go when it maybe is the last thing that you want to do, because that's you practicing self-love. That's you saying, no, I don't believe in this anymore. I don't trust this anymore. And your future self is letting you know this, because I feel like your future self's really proud of you. You know, you've come really far. And maybe the past version of you wouldn't have handled this the way that you're handling it. Needing to have the strength and the courage to go deeper. Why do you feel the need that you have to walk away from this? Why does this no longer serve you? How can you forgive and allow this to be free? What does that new beginning look like for you? The Tower is telling me that whatever foundation was here was unsturdy, unstable, because there was a lesson intact. Now that that lesson's been learned, there's a new beginning that can come forth, but that new beginning is going to be completely different. So, you know, this could have been that lover where it was like, yeah, I know you miss how things were, but things will never be that way. I am a different person, and I don't show up in the way that I used to because, one, I don't trust you, and two, now my wall's up. You done made me realize that I should never have my wall down to begin with, and that's my very grounded and balanced energy. You know, a Queen of Pentacles will put a wall up when she feels challenged, because she is a very grounded and stable queen. Now, it does not matter if you're male or female. This is the energy you're coming up in. So that means that you're trying to receive. That's what you're wanting. You're at a place where you're trying to attract everything. You're not running. You're not chasing. You're simply allowing the universe to bring you your blessings. And you could have thought that something that come to you was a blessing. But now that here in the upcoming future, you're going to go deeper. You're going to recognize that there was a lesson here. And although there can be a new beginning, the new beginning will not look anything like the past. It will look completely different. And that's what's meant to be. And that's you remaining humble, because you're acknowledging that there is a bond here. But just because there's a bond here doesn't mean that the balance is going to look the same. I've got the hiccups all of a sudden. And that's the unknown coming out in the reverse, is that you know what you need to do. You just have the strength and the courage to do it, to allow yourself to leave it behind and not put the effort in. Now, again, this could be a job. But again, this could be a lover, family member. I am seeing a 3 as well, so this could be some sense of collaboration. But your future self just wants you to know that at the end of the day, you're doing what you need to do to have the life that you deserve. And because you're willing to fight for it, because you're willing to continue to put in the effort and acknowledge where you went wrong, where maybe you did a little too much, where maybe you didn't do enough. You're trying. And that's all that matters, is that you are trying. You're trying to be the best version of yourself. But there is something here that you're needing to let go of that's no longer serving you. And your future self wants you to know that when something challenges your grounded energy, when something challenges you and the things that you're growing and how you grow that, acknowledge the parts of you that come out. I'm seeing a lot of 7s. This could have been a cycle that lasted 7 weeks, 7 months, 7 years. This could have been something that happened 7 days, 7 weeks, 7 months, 7 years ago. But it could just also be a part of you that you're tired of dealing with. I'm tired of having to have my wall up. I'm tired of having to say, okay, well, let me sneak away from this. I can't trust this. Oh, great, you're a liar. Oh, awesome, you come in. You know, with this fox here, it's a little bit of, there's a little bit of a sly energy. You know, foxes, I actually have a fox that stays in my yard. religiously. He's here at least once a day. And he is the sweetest thing. I don't mess with him, but he is the sweetest thing. Super sweet, super timid. But I know that little mother would eat every animal I got in this house and would probably turn on me if I turned around. They're opportunists. So I do feel like there's an energy here where it's like, I know that not everything that seems correct at face value is. Some things are an opportunist. Some things come off as one way, but they're actually another, especially with that fox here. I just feel like you're really going deeper in a way that you haven't. And because you are going so deep, you're recognizing what you desire and where you've got to cut off your energy and your effort to get you there. And again, a lot of you, it has leaving the past behind. And you know what's interesting is when I picked up this card, I started hearing, well, you know, so-and-so wouldn't approve of that. Well, you know, you can't do that because of, give yourself the permission to leave anything behind that doesn't serve you. Whether that's other people's values, beliefs, views, opinions, leave it behind. It doesn't matter if your auntie, your uncle, your mom, your dad, your sister, your brother, it doesn't matter if they agree. It doesn't matter if they approve. What matters is that you are having the strength and the courage to authentically be who you're meant to be. And sometimes that includes struggles. That includes hard lessons. That includes doing things you ain't supposed to be doing, but some of us learn the hard way. And that's okay. That's okay. Okay? So allow yourself to leave something behind. Make time for self-love, but also acknowledge that if you give people the opportunity to be in your energy field, they will do just that. And just because you forgive someone does not mean that they should have a place back at your table. Very interesting. So it's kind of like your future self is warning you. Very interesting. Okay, gonna leave it here. Have a blessed day, guys.